Jim?
Yes, sir.
What are we doing today?
A replacement of the system.
Okay. How are you this morning?
Good.
Well, today, Ethan has this day something very, very important to him, and that is his birthday. Right?
Yes, sir.
How old are you now?
12.
12. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, sir.
And you already have a toolbox and everything. Isn't that cool? You already you already know how to sand and cut wood and build things, and you know a little bit about air conditioning. Happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday. So we are on our way to replace the system, just like Ethan said. So there was a leak in the coil. This job is a tough one. They built, and some of you know what I'm talking about, they put the air handler in the closet, and you'll see it here in a little bit. And they built the closet around the air handler. Okay, so a quarter of the air handler is closed in to the closet, and so it's not just a in and out type replacement, but it's something we go through, and it happens. At least it's not in the attic, right? So I want y'all to come along with us, and if you're new to the channel, my name is Brian, and you met Ethan. We are HVAC people, and we hope that you like this content. Welcome to the channel again. Like and subscribe if you like the content. We appreciate you. Let's go get them. So this is the outside unit. The homeowner is showing up. Man, look at that pad. Oh, it's like sunken down into the ground. Whew, I wonder what's underneath that thing. We're gonna find out. We'll come in and we'll replace the pad and this, the Armaflex. We'll check that line set. Copper, we're going to replace the whip. It's the basic things, right? It's already disconnected. So I think we can pump down. We can pump down the refrigerant, Jim, in that one. Yes, okay, buddy? Isn't that awesome? And so look who else is here helping. Hey, Wesley. We can pump this down on this one. But I think it's a heat pump, so we'll have to energize the reversing valve. So we'll have to take the red wire and just wire nut it to the orange wire in here.
Still close?
Huh?
Still close the same one?
Yeah, and then you do the same thing. Yep. So Wesley found another little leak. See the bubbling? So we're gonna take snippets of this install because it'll be 2 hours if we do the whole thing. So yeah, hopefully you get the gist of what's going on. Anything weird happens, man, we'll show you. Right, Jackie? You got the condenser off all by yourself.
I did.
Good morning, champion. Say
morning.
hello.
Hello.
God is good.
All the time.
That's cliche, isn't it? Cliche?
It is, but it's true.
He is good all the time. Anything that is not good, it doesn't come from above. It comes from man or the God of this world, for sure.
For sure.
All right, so here's the air handler here. And yeah, let me help you. All right, so when you're putting in, so my boys, they hate doing the high side refrigerant because, you know, it gets everywhere and it burns you and freezes you and all that. But if you just stick to it, it's only going to get you a little bit. And what also helps is the fact that on the red hose, if you don't have a quick disconnect adapter for your hose, or sometimes the hoses come with it already, it's a quick disconnect, so it cuts off the refrigerant from coming back out. So in other words, the refrigerant's coming out of this as you put it on, but then it's also coming back the other way as it fills up, and so you just have this explosion and craziness. So another way is to just have one with a valve, and I like these, so you can just cut it off. So I cut it off and then screw it in. So as you're tightening it in, go ahead and put it on. So don't give up. Soon as it starts to bite, just keep screwing, even if it starts coming out. And watch. Keep going, keep going, keep going. See, the problem, see, it's perfect. The problem is that most people, once it starts coming out, they move their hand out of the way. And now it's starting to freeze up and it won't seal. And you're trying to tighten it and it won't tighten and it keeps coming out. But if you just keep at it, it'll close. And it won't get you too much. Okay, so this is a 3.5 ton heat pump, Nordyne. So you can see on the nameplate, this is a Nordyne, 3.5 ton 042. So Nordyne was established as a heating, of course, in 1919, somewhere around there. Just a little history. 1919, and it was a oil heating company. And throughout the years, Nordyne has made thousands upon thousands of air conditioning and heating in the United States, and is now acquired by Rheem, or you may know Rheem as Rude, right? So Rheem now owns Nordyne as far as 2024. All right, so this is the inside here. And as you can see, it is in there. So we've got to take this out. So we're going to have to take off this door here and then start taking apart the trim on here, and then remove the frame on here. Start cutting some of this stuff loose. Copper, PVC. Yeah, it looks like it's power's coming in through the top right there. See that through the wall? There's nothing to it but just to do it, is what they say. Okay. All right. Oh man, look at that. Wesley, y'all, and Ethan, happy birthday, buddy. Y'all did a great job. That looks much better. But we have an issue. Wesley said, this is not a heat pump. This is a straight cool unit. It doesn't do heating. The other one did, right? So that means we got to get the right one. So let's take everything off. Let's make sure we don't scratch this up. Yeah, we'll get the right one. Yeah, and so here's our red caps, which mean fire. It means it's an A2L refrigerant, slightly flammable. It's the new R32. Golly, look at this monster. Doesn't do it justice. The old slab, you got a crack in there, right there. All right, so let's gently bring that thing back. Man, I don't even know how that's gonna work out, but we'll figure it out. Move a little bit. All right, so now we have the door frame off, not just the trim, but the door frame. Now we can get in here and pull this guy out. All right, so we're up in the attic right now, and the plenum, which is right here, we have to lift the plenum up in the attic in order to get it off the old air handler, and they spray foamed it all the way around. All right, go ahead. So we're just kind of stabbing it to try to break it free from the back, and then what we'll do is we'll go underneath and hit the spray foam on the front where it penetrates the closet, this plenum, and see if we can raise it up at all, because right now we have no room. Unibit. So what we're trying to do is cut in this metal plenum here a spot that goes across here, so we can manipulate this unit a little more, because it is really in there. Let me show you. It's so tight. We cut it like, it's not just in the sheetrock. There's plywood on top of this, so the top of this closet is plywood, and they cut it just around that plenum so tight, and spray foam. So to get it to slide up and get off this unit is being a pain. All right. So now we're just bending that flap up right there. Go ahead and bend that flap up especially a little bit more. Now there's insulation behind it. That way we got access inside here, see? On top of that unit, we can manipulate the unit to pull it out. I think it's time for the crowbar, buddy.
I got the bottom too. Is the new one big or small?
Oh, man. Okay, here we go. You got it? Okay. We're going backwards. And you go backwards. Oh. Man, we had an interesting little time coming out of here, didn't we? So I'm trying to record because we don't have a paid videographer, and we're trying to get out of here, and we're hitting everything. Okay, but the house is good, and we have a nice hole for the new unit. Woohoo! So we'll get a vacuum. We'll vacuum this out. All right, so now you can see what we're dealing with here. The new one, old one, new one, old one. We've got about 12 inches. So look at the width on that.
You got it.
Let's see. So we've got a width on the old one of almost 20. But this one, the new one, we've got 17 and a half. So that's going to be good going in the closet, but our height difference. So from the bottom, 44. And 54, so 10 inches difference. So we'll have to cut that metal plenum inside. All right, so I've got it cut out to the height, which is 54 inches of the other unit. So I like to leave the back if the new air handler is skinnier, right? So it just rests against the back, and we'll go in where the heater kit is and seal it all the way around here. Well, I've got it cut out that way. I've cut out the front to the height, and we'll just slide the new one in and start bringing it, sealing it all together, probably from the inside. The only other way to do this would have been to drop the floor of that closet, bring that platform down for that way. But you can still, with this distance, you'll still be able to service the heater kit and pull out the blower here, coil at the bottom. Yeah, so it's not new construction and perfect, but it is a replacement and it will work. All right, so we're gonna get these parts ready. So we pull out these two here because of weight, so we can carry that air handler. But right now, we're gonna make sure the A2L sensor is in the right position and secure. And then we're gonna let the nitrogen out of this guy by cutting these guys, the copper, and go from there. I like to pass it a couple times and then rock back and forth right in one spot. Should be hearing something soon. All right, we've got the air handler in here. I'm going to bring this coil in here. We're going to install the coil. Man, this was a tight fit, so we spared you all the discomfort of watching us trying to get this thing in here. But look at that. We got that thing in there. Come on, somebody. So now we're gonna place in the coil like so. It's got to go on those railings. We'll slide this in, slide in our blower. But yeah, you can see, man, that was tight. Yep. Yep. It's so sad. No outside unit still. We're still waiting. We got the wrong condensing unit. Don't want to put in a straight cool. We could have, but there's a heat pump there. You have to go back exactly what's there. Unless homeowner says something different. But on the bright side, other than the paint, it's a cool blue. Look at this. Wesley, what are you working on, bro? Champion of all champions?
Drain line.
Come on, somebody! Huh?
Drain line.
Drain line. So we got to connect from A to B. Then we're going to put a float switch. But look what we got. We're rocking and rolling. We had to extend some 6-gauge wire because we couldn't get in far enough with the existing high voltage wire. So we do need to do our low voltage. You can see them hanging there. But yeah, we've already soldered and everything there. We've got it hooked up. So we're moving right along. So anytime you put in a float switch, we're putting SS2 in right now. They give you a sticker that says warning. They put in a sticker that says warning. So you got to put your little sticker right there on the unit. And you know, I don't know about warning, but that's kind of drastic, right? But it gets your attention. It tells you there is a float switch, which we're fixing to add down there on the secondary outlet. But yeah, don't forget that sticker. So we have a little predicament. In order for this drain line to line up, as you can see, we're about a ½ an inch off. We got to get this unit to slide over like how we just did it. Like that's right there, Wesley, but the top is not. So I'm going to get this shovel right here. And we're going to shove the shovel in there and see if we can pry it. Hold it. I think that's it right there. Man, we are so close. Right there. Okay, that's how you do it. All right, let's see. Look at that. Man, Wesley, who are you? We got a P-trap on the bottom. It's an air handler. Gotta have a P-trap. Anytime air is being drawn through the coil, it'll draw water. Man, come on, somebody, who are you? And he got my glasses up in the attic. Love it. So awesome. All right, I just wanted y'all to see this. We're in a Mexican restaurant for lunch. What does this remind you of? The prayer shawl from the Hebrew people Jesus' time. Okay, so this is the Mexican prayer shawl. And also, I wonder if Jesus wore it. All right, guys, so here we are. Here's our copper. We need to extend this copper, and it actually needs to come around almost like a 90 bend to get to reach the service valves connections. So we need to do it with both. So I've got some copper here, some 3/8 and then 7/8, which I'm just gonna swage the 7/8 a little bit to slide over that 3/4. It's okay. And then yeah, So we're going to swage it with a swaging kit, and then we're going to bend it with a tubing bender kit, just like that. So I don't know if you've seen those. I'm sure many of you have. But it's better than using 90s and all the joints, extra joints and stuff like that. That's what I'm going to do here to attach this one. Yeah, you know, I just wanted to share this. I don't know how many of you have done coil replacements or have to open up a system for the new R32 refrigerant or 454B. I had to do that yesterday. So I had a warranty condensing coil that was leaking, and it was 454B. And it was leaking in the condensing coil, so I didn't know. And the reason why is because it comes charged with refrigerant. So you can't really pull a vacuum on that. So we replaced the condensing unit, and I was a little bit freaked out, be honest. I was a little bit freaked out on doing it because the new refrigerant, it's slightly flammable. You got the torches, right? So we cut a piece out under the house that had the oil in it, okay, from the 454B. And I poured it out on the sidewalk there, and I torched it, and then I torched inside the pipe with all that oil. It had a lot of oil in it. And man, nothing happened. Nothing happened. And I did that first because I wanted to just give me peace of mind before I start soldering in, torching in a new unit with existing oil and that may be up in the line set and the coil. But man, I had no problems whatsoever. It actually didn't light at all. Okay, so with the torch on that piece of copper. So maybe you can use that, guys. Don't be afraid. It's all right. That should be good. Now we have our somewhat of a 90. It's kind of like a 75 or something. So I'll just cut right here. We'll slide it over. We'll do the same thing with the 3/8 over there. All right, so now we've got our pieces on, as you can see. They're gonna stub right in. I still don't have the condenser, the heat pump, but it's coming. So now we're gonna solder this bad boy on and get it ready. We'll do everything we can do today or right now, so that way when the unit comes we can just pop it right in. Wesley's finishing up inside, so it's looking good. Have you ever had those moments when you're just like, I am so happy that somebody is here right now? Look what you got, Jackster. You got a heat pumper.
I did.
Man, I'm so happy for you. You know why? Because God chose you to be his child.
Amen.
You know, he chose you for his son. That's what's so beautiful about this relationship. Man, I'm grateful for you, that's for sure. Let's put it in. You got it. Oops, going down. Going on an angle. Okay, this unit's about 50 pounds heavier than the other one. Up on top. Oh, it's got the pallet going down. So now we've got the frame in. We've got it squared out. So now we have extra screws and we don't know where they go. That's okay. It's strange. All right, we're pulling the vacuum. We got our little microns, it's dropping. We've been pulling it for about 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So we're looking good. All right, so we're finished. And we went ahead and put the trim back. I had the caulk along the edges. I usually tell the homeowner, you know, we're not carpenters, but we'll do our best to put it back, right? Everything, the frame, everything, trim, frame. So the unit's in. Now we just need to kick it on. So the mode is when you first apply power to these units, the dissipation unit, control board up top, you see the light. It'll run the blower for like 30 seconds, even when there's no call for cooling, for the fan or anything. And that's what it does. And then it should shut off, and you should have a slow blink just like that for normal operation. And that means there's no leak detected inside the coil. So we're gonna put it on cooling. I'm gonna kick this thing on. There, heard a click. So listen. There it is. All right. So we're buttoning her up right now. We've got some pretty good pressures here. We've got a superheat. It's 8.5, fluctuating 118 psi. So that's good. 8 is good. And we have our superheat at 3.5. I don't want to add any more to it. We've got plenty of subcooling happening. And I think it would be just fine. Well, I'm going to leave it just like that right there for R32. And so we'll just put this thing back together, and man, we're cooling. That coil's cold. See if we can put this just like that. And I think, man, we are rocking right here. Just like that. Tuck these in like this. And I think it's looking good, Mr. Jim. You did a great job on your birthday, buddy. That's awesome. The message. Come on now. All right, the message. This is the most important part of this whole thing, the whole video. I hope you liked the video. And man, I really enjoyed it today with my son, who is 12 years old today. So grateful, 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 grateful. But we have a message. And this ties in with today. We needed patience because that condensing unit was wrong. And it took about 3-4 hours before it could come back, but we got it done. We got it done. Galatians 5:22 and 23. For the fruits of the Spirit is joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. It says, without these things, there's no law. So Paul was speaking a little history 2,000 years ago to a church that received the grace of Christ and the cross, but started to go backwards, back into the law of having to do things, feasts and festivals and and they felt like they needed to be circumcised again, and so it crept back into the church. What happened? I don't know, but Paul tells them something. He says, all you need to understand is that God is looking for a heart change, and the fruits of that heart change by His Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. It's all about the heart, not doing. Because when you do it with the heart and you allow the heart to be transformed in love, you automatically do things that please God. Not rituals, not going to church on Sunday, Wednesday. That's not what it's about. It's about becoming love. And patience is something that we all can work on, right? I hope you like this content. If you do, try to like and subscribe it. Think about it. Appreciate it. We thank you. We believe that something big is happening. Let's just push it out there. God bless you. Next week.